someone who is your well-wisher and who can be a resource in your time of crisis. So technically, if you look at it, you will be touch basing with 52 people in a year, or maybe, you don't need to have 52. You may have 10, 15 people who are your well-wishers. Every alternate month or every third month, you'll be in touch with him and try to understand what is happening in his life, trying to pass on what is happening in your life. That kind of connect will help you, right? Use social networking like LinkedIn, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram. We all use. I don't say that you are not using, but use it more candidly for the specific purpose. Rather than commenting on political things on Facebook or WhatsApp, start commenting on the positive part. Start looking at the job profile, start supporting the people who are posting the job profiles, and get in touch with them. Use it meaningfully, right? So this is something which you can use for exploring the opportunities which are available. Sharpen the saw. Abraham Lincoln has very clearly said that give me 6 hours to chop down a tree and I will spend the first 4 hours in sharpening the axe. Now, you may not get an interview call every now and then. You'll get it once in a while, right? And you can't prepare a day before the interview. You have to start preparing for the interview from day one, that today. Or my advice to all of us, and including myself, is that we should be always practicing that what kind of questions will come if I want to face an interview and how do I want to tackle. So tomorrow someone asks me some questions what I'm doing in my current job. I should be able to explain it, but I have to rehearse it because I will not get 1 hour to explain it. I'll get 1 minute to explain it. And things which I'm doing for 10 years, I have to explain in 1 minute, right? So I have to be so precise and so concise while I'm doing this. Looks like skills, look for the skills which are in demand. This is very important. Which skills are in demand? So you have to look for the job portals, you have to look for the LinkedIn, you have to look for the target company's website, what kind of skill sets they are demanding, right? So this is something which you have to put in place when you are trying to do this particular thing. So bottom line is, luck supports them who supports themselves. So if you are not supporting yourselves, naturally luck will also not support you. So this is something which you have to keep in mind when you are looking for the job search. Right? This is another aspect that you need to really look at it. How do you keep your mental health in place? Because when you go through this trauma of losing a job unplanned way, see, if you are changing a job, things are different. But just give me a minute. Hey, yes. Ask them to keep silence. Sorry. Accept reality. Avoid beating yourselves. Typically, what happens when you are facing this kind of situation, you are. Just give me a minute.
This is the great thing with the technology that we are having. We are reaching out to people at their homes, and there have been some interesting things happening.
Sorry. So accept reality, avoid beating yourself. What it means is basically we get into self critic mode. We always start criticizing ourselves. ये मेरे साथ क्यों हुआ? ऐसा मेरे साथ क्यों हुआ? मेरे साथ ही क्यों हुआ? And we start getting into that thinking spiral. So what you need to understand is basically, technically, you will get into this kind of spiral, the downward spiral. Like you start with pessimism, कि अभी मेरा क्या होगा? मेरी जिंदगी खत्म हो गई, मैं क्या करूँ? And then you get into frustration. Frustration leads to irritation. That you are helpless. Nobody's looking at you. Nobody's looking at your contribution. So all that frustrating thing starts coming in. Frustration generates irritation. From irritation, you get into impatience. From impatience, you start doubting your capabilities. That I am not worth. 10 साल मैंने क्या किया यार? I mean, it's not helping me. What is the use of it, right? Then you get into anger, then rage, jealousy. उसका तो नहीं हुआ. He is poor performer than me, but he has not been asked to go, but I am asked to go. So you get into jealousy. Then you start hating people. Those who are doing good, or they may not be doing good, but you start hating people who are having the job and all this. It leads towards insecurity, and then it leads to the guilt. मतलब बहुत ही अपने आप को कोसना आप चालू कर देते हो, and then you start feeling powerlessness कि अभी मैं क्या करूँ. you get into a completely demoralized state of your mind. And this is primarily coming, you are accepting the reality. You start beating yourself. This is basically started beating. You yourself started beating yourself. Like you are getting from pessimism to powerlessness. This spiral is actually taking you downward. It is not helping you. It is not supporting your thinking methodology. What exactly you need to do is you have to manage your anxiety. You have to manage your depression. जरूरत पड़ी तो professional help भी ले लो. But what you need to look at is basically get into positivity, contentment, बिलीफ, यस आई कैन डू इट. अगर मैं 4 जॉब चेंज कर चुका हूं, अगर मैं ये जॉब पिछला जॉब अगर मैं एक्वायर कर सकता हूं, तो नेचुरली आई विल बी एबल टू डू वन मोर जॉब आल्सो, नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम, राइट. होपफुलनेस, आई हैव टू बी होपफुल कि नहीं ये इंटरव्यू क्रैक नहीं हुआ, अगला पक्का हो जाएगा. आई विल डू मोर प्रिपरेशंस एंड आई विल गेट इनटू मोर energetic activity and ensure that I'll get requisite output. It will bring in some happiness. Even getting the interview call will also bring in some happiness. Then you have to bring enthusiasm, right? You should be enthusiastic. You should start talking positive things. You should, when you meet someone, you should not start with your, story ki nahi yaar mere sath ye aisa ho gaya, mera ye ho gaya, mera wo ho gaya. Rather than you start, yaar this is what it is happening. This company is doing this great thing. This is the place where I can see, some opportunity coming in. Why don't you think that, there is something which is there happening in the market? You can talk enthusiastically. It will start helping your brain to think, different way. Eagerness, you have to show eagerness, learning new things from the person whom you are meeting. Start eagerness, start showing eagerness in acquiring new skills. Develop some passions, love, empowerment, and joy. So rather than getting into powerlessness kind of a spiral, you start working towards joy or those kind of spiral, which will actually help you to give a better output. Now to do this, what you have to do is basically you manage your relationship. Manage relationship means what? Be in touch with people, talk to your spouse on a regular basis, talk positive only in the house, talk positive things to your kids, talk positive things to your parents. See, the moment you start talking positive, naturally positiveness starts coming into your actions also. See, what we say, normally what we do. So technically, if you start talking positive things, you start doing positive things. Write about your feelings. It is quite natural that you will get some negative feelings. I have gone through that, right? But if I start expressing those feelings, I start talking about those feelings, then I get into negative spiral. Rather than that, I jot it down somewhere and keep that paper aside. So whatever frustration is there in my mind, it is documented, it is kept aside. So whatever I wanted to vent out, I have vented out, I have documented, right? So at least my brain is free to listen new things. If I don't vent out what is there in my mind, naturally my mind will not be free to listen new things, right? Most important, start procrastination. यार मैं ऐसा करता तो ये होता था, मैंने ऐसा किया होता तो शायद मेरे ऊपर ये नहीं आता था, मेरे बॉस के साथ ये टाइम पे ये झगड़ा नहीं करता तो शायद बॉस मुझे निकालता नहीं था. There is no point in talking about those things. This is basically, again taking you into a negative spiral. Stop that. Look for company of positive thinkers. To get out of procrastination, you have to get into the company of positive thinkers, the people who are having positive mindset. And you can very easily make out who are the people who talk positive, who do positive things, right? And you try to be associated with them, try to interact with them, try to learn things from them. Most important, what you should do is don't stop your exercise. And if you are not doing exercise, start it daily. The reason is basically when you do exercise, body starts releasing certain hormones like endorphins, serotonin, dopamine. These hormones actually help your brain to think positively. It actually makes your brain work towards coming out of negativity. It starts making your brain positive, right? And that's why you need to exercise daily to ensure that these particular hormones are secreted by your body, given to the brain, and brain starts working in a positive direction. This is very, very important. And many a times when you are laid off, you don't get out of your bed by 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, which is very bad, which actually starts creating more problem to your brain, and your brain starts functioning. You get into a kind of cycle which is negative nature. On the contrary, if you start getting at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock and develop a routine from 6 o'clock, things will start falling in place. And that's where I say, jaan bhi hai aur jahan bhi hai. Jaan bhi hai aur jahan bhi hai. So first you have to ensure that you are physically fit. Then only you will be fit for delivering on your expectations from your family, your new job expectations, and all the commitments that you want to create to yourself. right? So this is another important piece that I wanted to discuss with you, is the mental health. And this is the thing that you have to keep in mind, that your mental health you have to protect. Many a times I have observed people get into alcoholism, some kind of bad habits. Many people gets into gambling, right? Try to avoid this. And to avoid this, basically you have to think of this upward spiral or the positive spiral. Don't get into downward spiral. Boredom is going to come, but from boredom, where you want to go, whether you want to go upward spiral or downward spiral, you need to decide and start acting on it. Then comes action post pink slip. Now you got the pink slip. Now how to get out of it? You have to have a new source of income to do something and keep your family going, keep yourself going. Says to the tune of 1 million, half million, 2 million. I have developed many new accounts. Rather than that, you say develop 10 new accounts every year. If you are from HR, you can say that I have developed, I have recruited 10 leadership positions in a year, or I have recruited mass recruitment. I have done mass recruitment. So those kind of things you can actually start quantifying. You have to ensure that your CV actually talks about your quantified output, and it does not bluff, it does not give some misinterpretation. Try and understand, CV is the only tool which actually comes to me as a HR manager, and I get only 10 to 15 seconds to see your CV. So ensure that your CV is meeting with my job criteria. Secondly, it meets my expectations as a candidate from you, right? In case generic CV is ready, then for every opening that you want to apply, ensure that you have a customized CV also, right? You need to understand, nowadays, to avoid labor work, companies are going for automatic sorting. There are artificial intelligence algorithms which are working for screening the CVs. So whatever is posted on Naukri or what is posted on jobsite.com or any of job portals, it is being scanned automatically, and maybe within 10 seconds the entire thing comes into picture. So if I have a job description which has got 10 line items and your CV is having only 2 line items which are matching, perfect match, then your CV may not get selected. But prima facie, you may be meeting the expectations. The word may be different. The lingo used by the company is different, and that's why you need to understand what is there in the job description and try to customize your CV, right, from your generic CV to meet that requirement, so that when the CV goes to that company and the company passes it through the sorting algorithm, your CV gets sorted out and you get a first call, right? Highlight your achievements. In case need be, seek professional assistance. There are people who are helping in these matters. I can also help you on a personal level to ensure that how do I quantify your achievement. Whatever you have done, we can quantify those achievements and you can take it forward. Top professionals will take professional help in case you need to. You have not prepared CV in recent past. अगर नहीं किया है तो बनाने के लिए अगर कुछ, there are people, I'll tell you, there are people who are working in an organization for 10 years, they don't know how to prepare CV also, because they never thought that they will require to prepare a CV. They thought that this company where I have joined, I will retire from this company only. But those are the days which are gone now. It is a story of 1960s, 70s where you join and you retire from that company. After 2000, company either ask you to go or you yourself move on. There are two ways why a person changes job. One, you move on because you got a better opportunity, or company got a better candidate and that's why company asks you to go. And that is where the situation we are discussing about, right? So take professional help in case you need a CV to be prepared. Make it as factual as possible. That is what I discussed, that how do I convert my achievements into a quantified way. Do not hide or overrate. Don't hide anything that is required to be known to the people, and also don't overrate your achievements. Another important thing that you keep in mind. Try and understand, today world is very small. Today world is small, and you are interviewed by someone who is classmate of your ex-boss, and they may be in talking terms, and whatever you are claiming, your boss may negate, saying that no, ये सतीश ने नहीं किया था, किसी और ने किया था. So ensure that whatever you are talking is factual and will be supported if there is a reference check done. right? So this is on the CV part of it. You should be having a good CV which will address all your issues. So what is important is basically the bottom line of this particular slide is showcase से पता चलता है गोडवान में कितना है. So CV is your showcase. Now whenever you visit any shopping mall or any shop, what do you look at? You look at first the showcase. Showcase में क्या क्या दिख रहा है? And then you ask कि ये भी है कि आपके पास, वो भी है कि आपके पास, वो भी है कि आपके पास. And then he says that साहब है लेकिन गोडवान में. So similarly, your CV is your showcase, right? What is there in your brain? What you are? What are your skills and capability? That is good one, right? So I look at CV, I see something interesting, and then I call you for the interview. So what I'm trying to do, I look at your showcase, and now I'm getting into good one to check whether these things are really there with you or not, right? So ये एक important line है that you need to keep in mind. Showcase से पता चलता है कि गोडवान में कितना है. Preparing for interview. Search company information thoroughly. Now, this is the most important thing that you need to understand. And I need to tell you that I have interviewed candidates having 20-25 years experience for my current organization and in my past organization also. And generally, I ask this question: what do you know about my company or our company? So, generic information is आप तो largest wind manufacturer हो, you are having this thing. Nobody has gone into the details of it. Nobody has gone into nitty-gritties of the company. If someone comes back saying that no, you have next to NTPC, you have the largest transmission network, this is something which is good to listen. Someone says that you have 12 gigawatt of installed capacity, good to listen. But नहीं आप तो wind industry में आपका number 1 है. This doesn't give me this thing because that's a generic statement. Good to know, but it doesn't tell me that you have studied about my organization, right? So this is something which you should be doing it thoroughly. Unfortunately, when I started my career in 96, 95, a good amount of information of the company. See, this helps you when you go to the company. Are you making the right choice? Whether you really want to marry this particular organization or not, that call you can take. Understand job requirement clearly when first call is received. Normally, first call comes from the recruiter. So ask the recruiter whatever the questions you want to ask, right? Be clear whether the job requirement you have understood clearly, because this is something which will be the first question which will come to you when you come to interview. As a HR manager or as a line manager, I will ask, have you understood the job requirement? And if you say yes, I will start from there and start asking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions about the job deliverables. And if you have not understood the job requirement, you will not be able to answer those questions and you will have difficulties, right? Hence, every opportunity where you get a call, ensure that you get full clarity about what is required from you from the company. If possible, ask for the person name who is going to interview and study his her profile. What it means is basically, to suppose you get a call from Suzlon for a HR position, and you ask the HR person that who is going to interview me, and if they say that probably Mr. Satish Lengre or someone will interview, you can go back to LinkedIn, check my profile, see what actually I am doing, what are my areas of interest, what are the questions that I have done, because possibility is there. I will ask you questions from that area. So if I have done work in skill inventory management, I will definitely look at it, how skill inventory and training is related, how skill inventory and business results are organization. So you need to find out what exactly it means, right? And be ready for that. Or I may be talking about pool campuses, because that is what I started and I was done, or who is going to conduct your interview. See, if someone from your connection is working there, let him be an ambassador for you. So it may happen someone from your batch or someone from your ex-employer may be working there, and he can go and pitching for you, saying that no, the candidate is really good and we should. The candidate can come to me saying that no, Satish, I know him and he's a good person and he can deliver. You please give him the due consideration. Be able to influence that decision, that will be able to give a positive recommendation of yours, provided you have that kind of relationship with you, right? That relationship comes into picture. Your facts in place. This is very important. Whatever questions likely to come, you should have some facts ready, and you should be able to answer with facts rather than making a generic answer. If you go into the fact-based mechanism to answer, like situation, task, action, result, those kind of stars you can keep ready so that your answer is more realistic and more appealing to the person who is getting the interview. Multiple rounds and consistency in your question in interview. This is another important thing. Typically, you'll find 3 to 4 rounds in a big organization. 3 to 4 people will like to see you, and they might be saying maybe common things, and they might be checking how consistent you are in your responses. So you ensure that whatever you have answered to the recruiter, whatever you have answered to the first person and the HR manager, all 4 answers are consistent. You should not change your stand, right? And that shows that your answers are correct and you are having consistency in your deliverables. Do not jump to salary discussion first. You current situation. You can always disclose, but you can always say that this is something which I need to discuss at the last. Let us first discuss the technical capabilities, job requirement, job descriptions, and other things, and salaries, which we can always discuss. You can keep it open. Some people say that no, we have a salary band. So you can say that what is your band? You ask them what is your band, right? So there is nothing wrong in these questions because that shows your professional attitude towards your expectations. Practice the interview multiple times. Seek professional help in case need be. This is very important. Many times people don't practice, and we need to understand. You take any name, whether it is Pele, whether it is Sachin Tendulkar, whether it is Sunil Gavaskar, or for that matter, any big name that comes to your mind, you will find these guys keep on practicing lifelong, and that's why they become the masters, right? In our case, they miss on this front. We don't practice. We don't practice interviews. Don't practice. We don't practice. And that's why we fail in the interview. So what matters is practice. Ways to practice it, right? They can take.
I think Mr. Lengre has logged out. He's logging in again. There seems to be some technical glitch. Yeah, he's there. Hello, Mr. Satish, can you get me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. We can continue. You're very much audible.
Yeah.
Your voice is slightly breaking. Your audio is. Yeah, please. Your audio is slightly breaking.
No.
Hello. Yeah. Please continue.
Can you hear? Yeah. So
yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Search for company information thoroughly. Right. Understand the job requirement clearly when first call is received. So these are the basic things that you should do. And most important is practice. Any big name that you take in the market, whether it is Sachin Tendulkar or Pele or Leander Paes or any for that matter, Sania Mirza, P. Sindhu, any professional or any professional politicians also, if you look at it, they practice what they want to communicate, right? And that is where we actually learn. So my sincere advice to you all, when you are getting for an interview, don't interview, practice it. And see what facial expressions you are making and whether those facial expressions, because keep in mind your eyes and facial expression talks a lot than what your mouth or your words say, right? Your eyes, when you are talking in a candid way, talks a lot, right? And we as a HR professional look at your eyes, we look at your facial expressions, we look at your confidence level through your gestures and not through your word, right? So master those art. That is something which you have to do. So you need to understand one thing. When I make a hiring decision, I always say that it's an investment decision because I'm hiring an asset, right? Asset, that is a human asset, and I'm going to develop that asset and I'm going to utilize that asset. So it's basically an investment decision for me. For you, it's your CTC, maybe you're not 10 lakh rupees. But for me, it's an investment decision of around 20 lakh rupees because 10 lakh rupees I'm going to pay you directly. On top of it, I'm going to invest some money in developing you. I'm going to invest some time in developing you. My managers are going to invest some time in developing you. So all if I put into in a money factor, that becomes almost double of your CTC, and that is what I normally it's an investment decision. It's not a hiring decision. For you, it is a hiring decision. For me, as an HR manager, it is an investment decision. And with your credentials, you have to prove that you are an asset investment worthy. You are an investment worthy person. That is what you have to prove me, right? So this is something which is bottom line of the exercise. You should be worth to invest. Otherwise, I will not hire you. Then comes the things which are connected to today's world. Those are basically skills which may be in demand, like networking and communication sector. Work from is going to be the new norm or new normal. So naturally, the communication sector will be in demand, and the networking teams or the people who are having networking and security related knowledge and skills will be in definitely much more demand. The web content development people will be in demand because quite a few people, the education industry or the entertainment industry or industry is going to shift where there will be definitely web content development will be required, and that will be in demand. Education and edutech companies. So typically, people who are having skills in terms of curriculums, content, and hosting it, and doing this kind of online sessions, they will be in demand. Automation, as I said, factory automation. People will try how can run my factory from home. How do I monitor my factory from home? Doing automation segment will again once again come into era. IoT, Internet of Things, those kind of things will come into picture, and you may be in huge demand. Healthcare staff, definitely this pandemic is not going to get over, and there are multiple rumors, news coming up. So definitely next couple of years, the health staff will be in demand, and e-commerce industry, the entire value chain of e-commerce industry will be also demand. So be ready. World is worse. It's time to stop. So don't get scared down with the slip. Because you got the thing, you have to lose everything and your life has come to an end. That is not the fact. This is that everything which stops or which closes one door and next open. What is that? How or how you're going to get benefited from that opportunity is what we have to look at it. Lot of reskilling will be required. Lot of investment will require yourself when you are laid off.
Sorry for interrupting, Mr. Satish. Your voice is slightly breaking for a while now. Hello. Oh. There seems to be some technical glitch at the end of Mr. Satish. We have been trying to get him in again. Hello, Mr. Satish, can you get me now? Hello, am I audible?
Hello?
Mr. Satish, you're not audible. We can see you, but you're not audible. I think you would have to unmute yourself.